Hello Internet, this is Roshi, and I'm back with another reaction, this time reacting to Skirk's character trailer, Lament of a Ruined World. Now, for those who've watched some of my more recent videos, including the Dahlia trailer reactions, I mentioned, I'm not gonna watch anything Skirk related, I'm not gonna do it because of spoilers, blah 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 blah. And yeah, that's still kind of true. I'm not going to react to her animation or the teaser because they do drop spoilers as far as world stuff goes. However, within my circle, within my Discord from my members, they have gone ahead and they have watched the character trailer, and they have informed me that they do not believe that there's anything very spoilery in this, and that I have essentially been given the green light, the thumbs up, the go ahead, do your thing. And I'm over here so excited because, like I've mentioned before, I don't know much about Skirk and I want to know some things, and even if this is going to be little or whatever it is, at least I'm going to get to see something with this character involved. So without further ado, I'm going to watch it, I'm going to talk about it, and we'll just go from there. It's pretty late right now. I don't know how long I'm going to talk about it, but if I have too much to say, maybe I'll make a second video where I can actually break down the trailer. We're going to see how this one goes. We're just going to see. Anyway, let's get into it.
This view of the stars, it seems timeless, as if it could last forever. But all it takes is an instant for everything to come crashing down. The only choice is to forge ahead. You endure. You evolve. I'm waiting here for you return one day. Hope shines steadfast, a beacon true to come over until the end of tunnel. This melody will embrace you. I'm waiting here, waiting for you. In the cold expanse of space, civilizations crumble and fade into eternal night. But when darkness falls, I will slit its throat.
I don't, that, okay. You know that thing that some reactors do, where they get so excited that they actually like get up and they move around? I was this close to just actually just having to move from my seat because I was being like overwhelmed with awesome just now. What? I'm so torn. I'm so torn with... I think I'm just going to have to... Sorry, there's a lot of pauses in my speech right now. I am actually kind of speechless a little bit. I don't know how to continue. Do I just gush and share everything on my mind right now? Or do I do that and analyze, like pause and actually go through? I just have to do something, I guess. I don't know. All right. So first, I guess I will share just super shout out thank you to the people who inform me about these things. I am so happy that I watched this. I I don't know. There's okay. All right. So I'm gonna... Fuck it. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna play it again, and if I want to pause and talk about something, then I'll pause and talk about something. That's how we're gonna run this. Play it again.
This view of the stars, it seems timeless.
All right. So already, whale. That's the great devouring narwhal, right? I don't know much about it, but I'm aware that it's a thing that exists, and I've talked about that before. I imagine we are in the abyss right now? Maybe? Perhaps? Unless if there's another dimension that I'm not aware of. But anyway, continuing.
As if it could last forever.
Okay, now hold up. There are some things. There's so much going on in these. Okay. What is this? Is this some kind of fabric? Is it trailing off of her, or is it on the tree? I think it's coming from her. Okay. But what's interesting here
Forever.
is you see all that stuttering, and that is because time is moving by. It's like one of those things where you have like a camera set up for like days on end or whatever, like watching a city street, and then you speed up the footage and it's just the cars zipping by and you just kind of see the lights like going crazy and stuff and everything just moving really fast. Like it's that kind of effect. And just look how still she is compared to the world around her. Like it's not even still. She is moving normally, like gracefully with the wind blowing through her hair, but everything else is sped up around her. It's going back to that whole thing of how time isn't what it seems to be, and it's just all over the place, right? Things are staying still. Some things are moving fast. Things are repeating themselves. There's some people who are just straight up not affected by it because of what they are, where they came from, whatever that is. I don't know anything about Skirk's origin story, where she's from, how she ended up here, anything like that. I imagine she is not a being from the abyss, but she could be from another world. She could be considered a traveler, for all we know. A different kind of traveler from like way before or something like that. Or maybe she was a part of Tevat and something happened and she ended up here. I'm not exactly sure. There's a couple other things I'm going to say, but let's keep going. I love this shot so much. Just like the stonework, and she's just kind of like laying there in the vegetation.
All it takes is an instant.
The shadow moves, and then it's like nightfall. But you can kind of see, I don't know, is this moonlight through trees, or is this just some kind of stained glass window effect, or both?
For everything to
It looks like a stained glass window effect. Okay. Sorry I keep pausing, but that's what I'm gonna do. I just gotta. Okay, we see the blocks, right? We see the blocks, and first thing that came to mind was Simulanka, right? Because you had stuff in Simulanka that was just like a city like made of this kind of stuff. Whether or not that is directly connected, not entirely sure, but either way, showing this here in this way, and then the shots that we have later, there definitely could be some parallel or symbolism to that. The idea of constructing something, how Tevat is essentially a simulation of sorts, and then it had Simulanka, which was like a simulation of that. So seeing these blocks here like this, just kind of floating in space and the abyss or wherever we are, is a whole nother like, what's it trying to tell? Is it symbolizing how we can possibly create our own futures through our actions, build upon another kind of foundation, something? I'll think of that and maybe have more to say when we get back to those kinds of scenes later, where we see more of these play block things.
The only choice is to forge ahead.
Okay, so immediately, Jesus, she goes over to the blocks, right? And she does like the poke, she does the boop, she boops the blocks, and she says like, like our only choice is to forge ahead, and to forge is to create something, to just make our path, make our way. And that kind of ties into what I was trying to say about like the building blocks and stuff, how they could potentially build their own future, or symbolic of that. And then the kick-ass music just kicks in. This rift right here that it opens up on immediately reminds me of Unravel by TK. Everyone knows that freaking song. It like immediately this rift here reminded me, or this intro of the song, I don't know terminology, but it reminded me of like a very similar electric guitar thing that they had in that song after its like slow, quiet intro. Anyway, let's keep going. Ooh, that's what. Yes. Hold on. I didn't think I was gonna go into this much, but this is the only way I know how to function right now. I thought I was gonna be like, oh yeah, it's cool, and Skirk is this and that, and blah blah blah. And I saw, did you see this? Well, now I'm going through this frame by frame because I can't stop myself. Oh yes. Okay. And before, when she poked and foundation blocks, floating blocks, forge our own path to create that foundation that I was talking about, and then the glass shatters, right? That's another more symbolism for possibly breaking through to see through an illusion, or just like to break the mold per se. Just Skirk has a lot of those effects with her animations where there's like a shattering and there's all this swift motion and stuff, and it's essentially her, I imagine, using the abyss to her advantage, how she's able to just move within and without within it, but like move through it. So how am I trying to say this? Skirk moves fluidly. She moves so fluidly and in a way where the world can't hold her, right? So you see her animations of her breaking in and out of this dimension where she's doing a thing, and she is actually like almost using whatever dimension this is, I imagine it's the abyss, to her advantage. Like she is slashing with her sword, and you just kind of see like glass shards like stabbing through, and like just things altering and changing, and the sky like cracking and her flying through the hole and popping out somewhere else. There's just a lot of stuff like that happening here. So anytime I see those effects, those just reality breaking effects, it honestly, just gets me so hyped and makes my heart flutter a little bit, just because I love that so much. It's a really, really cool effect, for a lack of a better word. I don't know. It's just, it's a cool thing. It's so awesome. I'm geeking out over how they portray this reality breaking, these reality breaking motions that she does, because just the concept alone, I've talked about in some of my other things too, like the I think mostly in Honkai Star Rail reactions and stuff. Like, you have some awesome characters like Ruan Mei and there's a couple others that I can't think of the names right now. Even Honkai Impact 3rd, how you have like Otto and stuff, and these are all characters that, although Skirk I don't believe is like the same kind of mentality, the same way, but these are characters who are trying to essentially overcome reality itself and achieve something greater, whether that, and like maybe they have to sacrifice something in order to do that, or whatever it is. But there's this idea of the concept of going beyond limits to achieve something for some form of great power or some great goal is just really, it sticks out to me a lot. And Skirk is different here, where she's not necessarily saying like, I'm going to be the best and blah, 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 and all this stuff. But she has gone through her adventure. She's kind of like the form. I feel like she is level 3. Like, if you have these other characters trying to, like, not level 3, but you know, I'm thinking like Pokemon, like evolution, right? She is like close to, if not the final evolution of someone who possibly had that journey in the beginning. Whether or not it was intended, either way, she made herself this way, or she had to adapt to become this in order to survive or see the truth, or whatever that is. So although she's not here like essentially standing out as I'm scary, or I'm a villain, or I have all these great ambitions, blah blah blah, she's just kind of like what's left after whatever had been achieved. That's the feeling I get. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know, but it's just so freaking cool. And this right here, I had to pause on this screen because it's like her hand reaching out, it's her arm, and it's that that crazy spectral abyssal energy forming, and you see the shapes, you see it just like coming into form out of the darkness, reaching for these broken shards. And then we have actual like anime, like 2D animated things. And gorgeous singing voice here. Also, Skirk's English voice, absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure the VA has her name in the description and stuff, and you guys can see it for yourself. I'll look at it afterwards. But amazing job as far as I'm concerned. She sounds very serious. There is a somberness to it, but it's not by any means someone who sounds defeated, you know. What am I looking for? There's this tone of acceptance in her voice, where like, this is just how things are, and this is what I will do, or whatever it comes down to, I'm going to follow through with. It's just this very, as a matter of fact, tone to everything. I mean, anyway, hold up. Crazy badass, just what I mean. Gorgeous woman with a sword just walking towards a horde of enemies with crazy effects around her and stuff, and Okay, yeah, this I want to go back and see. Hold up. Because I think I mentioned... Either if I did not mention, I heard of it before. Okay. Yup. Okay. Interesting. All right. So first, so I'm taking my sweet time with this. Okay, so this is an amazing move. She dodges, she goes back, and once again, she goes through this portal or this break in the space that she has made, and she flips through and just kind of does this tumble, this controlled tumble into darkness. And then her limbs take on this shine, and her limbs look like they're made of energy themselves. So I saw something in Discord that like her limbs are potentially, or maybe they just are abyssal energy. There's just some kind of thing to it where they're not like her natural limbs anymore. Whether, I don't know how it became that way or whatever that is, or if that's even true. That's just kind of like something that was sort of passed around here and there. And she looks like she's just charging up.
You evolve.
Yep, and it's a complete outfit change right there. And now she's dual wielding because we couldn't get any cooler, I guess. Why not? Why not just dual wield everything? God, she's such a good looking character. Hit the enemy, and there was like the split in reality behind them too. Just then, all these quick slashes, just the glass breaking again. What was that? There was an impact frame. Oh, look at that! You guys see that? I saw that. Okay, it's just that's just a transition to the next thing, I think. Huh. I guess so. It looks like there's supposed to be something there, and I just don't know what it is. Man, I love these quick switches into everything. Like, you just have the blinding white light with some blurred effects as like you're shooting to get closer to it, as we're like zooming up, and you have the black specks like the stars, the or speed lines or whatever you want to call it, and then it reverts back to here. I guess they're supposed to be stars, but it was just inverted, you know. And then we got that just interrupts it, and then we're right in its face. It kind of looks like a face with more glass shattering, and then another crazy somewhat flash of something leading to this. The block's broken, like you just like made that impact into it. We have space, stars, meteors, planets, some eclipse action happening, planet, moon, explosion, impact frame, colorful frame. Now I'm just bad TV signal. And there's just all this distortion, and like, and all this is going by really, really fast, and you wouldn't normally catch it. It's just a lot of eye candy happening right now. All this light and different colors of light and stars, and then it just boof, we're zooming out of her eye, or pulling away out from her eye, and she's kind of falling again through the shattered space, And then I'm going to hit the play button. And now we got the narwhal skeleton and more anime hand-drawn frames. And once again, the glass and the light coming from above, and it's almost like breaking through the glass ceiling. And then she's just sinking down below, and you can, oh man. And I feel like this might be part, despite the skeletal thing in the background thing, whale, this is more of an origin, because it's her in one piece. You know? Okay. I had something to say. Yeah, she's just kind of like on this surface of water right here.
The reality voice is round you. It's not so fake to cold up night. Hope shines.
Huh, okay. Yep, that's something I wanted to talk about. So when she's messing with these blocks, right? I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Just you wait. Just you wait. I'll get to it. I'll get to it eventually. Okay, great. So we have her here. And she's messing with these blocks. And looking at her outfit that she's got, she's kind of... It's definitely more of like a... Definitely more of an old school appearance of sort. Not old school, that's not the right word. But, you know, from another time, from a distant time, from longer ago. It's like this simple dress, and she even has like these leg not bracelets, I don't know, this kind of like design in general, right? It feels very ancient society feeling. Maybe Greek or Roman or something like that. You know what I mean? And she is using the blocks again. And once again, building something, making her own future. Whatever. The feeling that I'm getting from this is that she did not intend to be in this space. And she ended up in this space. And she spent a lot of time alone. And a lot of time just trying to get by. Whether or not, I mean, how she got here is a whole nother thing. Is she even technically alive? I guess she is, but is she supposed to be? Maybe this was a weird, I don't want to say like a deal that was made or anything like that, but regardless, what I'm trying to say is she ended up in this place, right? And we have the blocks here, and she is entertaining herself. And then all the other things I mentioned before about, you know, forging your own path, a foundation, all that jazz. And she's creating something, right? And we have, the paneling, like showing an up close version of that. You can't just show the blocks and tell me that they don't mean anything. And then, yeah. And now it's her older, sitting there, kind of just alone. But it's also, it's on the other side, isn't it? Yeah, it's the other side of the frame. Man. Yeah, look at that. Because you have like this planet or whatever, and the mystical energy swirling around in the horizon, the water-like floor. You have the blocks here, and then you go here. Oh, that wasn't what I want to do. Go back. All right. And then you have this. And is it showing the same? Interesting. Yeah, and then if you look at this panel, the up close of the blocks, look, they're all kind of like lit up. They're kind of light. She's lit up too, like her upper body, her face mostly. And then we go over here, and now it's in shadow, where you have the light going on to the back of her head, but the rest of her body is in shadow, especially down here in this region, which is where the blocks would be right here, which we're seeing right here, and they are shadowed as well with the light up top where her head would be passing down. The lighting is great, it's perfect, and it's showing like two sides, when she was young and the now and the current when she's older, right? Okay.
Dark night, hope shine steadfast, a beacon true to come over until the end of tunnel. This melody will.
I already talked about the glass breaking a bunch. I like it a lot. And I especially like it when it was just a white frame with the black cracks, and then the close-up of her face, and she opens her eyes, right? Does she open her eyes? She doesn't open her eyes. I thought she did. I'm thinking of the other one was a zoom of her face. But even this, having her here, and then the cracks spreading and just shattering the darkness away. It's so cool. And then it's gonna transition into a scene of her fluidly moving around, and it's flying like a badass. Oh my god. You know, just get shattered. Now we're just gonna show life. We got birds, we got plants, we got bugs, we got nature.
In the cold expanse of space, civilizations crumble and fade into eternal night.
Yes. Say that again. Say it to me like you mean it, though. Let me hear it again. Okay. Yep, in the cold expanse of space, civilizations crumble and fade into eternal night.
To eternal night. But when darkness falls, I will slit its throat.
Yeah. Okay. So I mentioned before how I dropped my ideas of Genshin's universe and Tevat and stuff, and my eyes have been opened a little more after experiencing more of Honkai Star Rail and Honkai Impact 3rd and stuff like that. And it's definitely the Genshin universe is definitely within its own bubble of sorts. And that's just made true through reading the book that you find in Enkanomiya, right? By doing that world quest, and you get the book and you get to read it through, and man, just crazy stuff. And you also learn how the sky is fake and all that jazz, and Unreconciled Stars. And yeah, it's something definitely happened, and there's just some big old illusion of sorts over the world of Tevat, which is controlling and possibly maybe protecting in the eyes of those running the show, heavenly principles, all that jazz. The one that came from elsewhere, whatever the freak that one was called, the god we met in the beginning of the game. Yeah, it's just Skirk knows what's beyond. Skirk has been beyond. We have what we're seeing, like when she's talking about space, she's talking about actual space beyond the broken, or not broken, but beyond the shell that the world of Tevat is in, and she's literally shattering in and out of that space. Right? She is actually breaking this reality into like what's real beyond it and back in and all that stuff. That's how I'm interpreting it right now. And she, honestly, she's a character that, like I said before, she's like a final evolution of something. She's a character who has learned the truth. She knows the truth. She knows exactly what everything is. And through interacting with her, you're going to know a lot too. Unless there's a reason why she doesn't tell you for some reason. She probably has her reasons, I imagine, because no one ever wants to tell you everything. But maybe she will. Maybe she will want to actually tell you stuff. And then you can go back and look at your Archons like Zhongli and just be like, thanks. Like, he has his reasons too. They all do. But this is someone who just knows a lot and has experienced a lot and has probably dealt with more than just Teyvat for all we know. I mean, that's kind of the feel that I get from it. Because just because of what she says at the end here. Just because of what she says at the end here. In the cold expanse of space, civilizations crumble. She's not just talking about Teyvat. She's talking about other worlds and how they've come and gone, how they've fallen, and in the expanse of space, and how like it just goes on forever. Like there's so many different places, and she's just aware, like, yes, these places fall. And when darkness falls, which, you know, darkness, night, night, good night, bedtime, death, you're gone. Oh.
Its throat.
There we go, she says.
I will slit its throat.
I'll slit its throat. So to me, she sounds like, first of all, just such a hard-ass line right there. But it sounds like she is a protector of Teyvat, potentially. Maybe she was from Teyvat before the mess of what happened. Before time got all screwed up. Maybe she has been somehow lost and beyond this shell that Teyvat's been kept in, but still watching it, still observing it, being affected by the abyss, by space, whatever you want to call it, and just kind of changing over time just by being within that space. So like she started out like this and then ended up as the Skirk we know now. Why does this feel familiar? Why does this feel familiar? Are these blocks supposed to be resembling an actual place within Genshin? Just a thought. Just a thought. When you guys play the new version, when that comes out, if you end up in a place that looks anything like this, could be a thing. I'm just saying. I don't know. First thing I thought was Mondstadt, just because of like the you coming over the bridge and walking in, but I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. But still. Oh man, there was so much in this. Yep. All right. So that was me losing my mind. Thank you for listening to me. What I want, I'm going to try to share my final thoughts. This trailer did everything right. It had amazing visuals. It swapped between those visuals, between in-game cutscene like, and then actual animated sequences like this, hand-drawn animation, which we just need more of. We need more of it. I know there's the whole the freaking, what are they called, UFO table, something like that. They do the Fate series. Like, I know they're supposed to be doing this, but they're doing other things. Like, they need to get, even if it's not the anime, we just need more animated stuff. And I know she has that other animation. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. But whenever they do their, well, not whenever, most of the time, whenever they do their 2D animation, it's been really good. There's been some exceptions where it hasn't been. Mostly, it's been great. This is an example of a great job. Yeah. And I just want more. So, yeah, why this was awesome. And it did the things that I think makes for a good trailer. Visuals outstanding. It had a really good pace to it. We got to hear the character's voice. We got to see the character in various forms, whether it was their younger self, or swapping between their two different like combat like stages, doing their moves, involving things that we know are connected to them in some way, such as the narwhal, and you have we had the Abyss Order showing up. She's fighting them, so that's a whole thing. I know, like, the Abyss and the Abyss Order are two separate things, right? Sometimes I get mixed up and I combine them as one thing, just because whenever we talk about the Abyss in the game, we're usually referring to the Abyss Order, and them kind of translating what's what isn't really, I guess, up to par what it should be, or at least not in early game. So I get that confused quite a lot. My apologies, but I do know that they're separate. Regardless, yeah, the music was kick-ass, the visuals were kick-ass, and there were vague enough story elements where it told me about her character, or I was able to get a feel for her character without them just straight up telling me who she is, or what she is, or what she does, or anything like that. It's still vague enough, but they gave me stuff to work off of, which I really, really appreciate. I mean, I know that it's just... How do you... it sucks, because... No, it doesn't suck. This doesn't suck. This is amazing. But it's so hard to talk about some of these character trailers sometimes, because they always kill it. Most of the time, they usually kill it when these trailers come out. And they just keep raising the bar. And I'm over here, like, I don't want to be like, the newest one is my favorite, right? I don't want to do the recency bias thing. But how can I not with this? Because it's literally just including more things, including different mediums, and it all looks good, and like the character is super interesting, and there's just so much going on that's done right, and the music, the singing voice, gorgeous, the guitar, she sounds amazing, she looks amazing, she's super badass and cool. We get this, and then we're showing the backstory stuff, kind of, and it's just, and I got questions. I don't know, man. And she's cryo, you know, I know that she's a cryo character, and she, I mean, how, I don't have enough pulls for her, so that's unfortunate. Yeah. Oh well, we'll have to see if I can even get close to giving it a shot before her banners are gone. But this is definitely a character, just based off this one trailer that I've seen alone, is someone who I'd want in my game. Whether or not I got to use them soon or not doesn't matter. I'm already sold. I'm already sold just based off this one trailer that I saw. It's true. That's just what it is. All right, I've talked a lot, and I don't know if I have much else to go on right now. Oh, by the way, yeah, the breaking of the glass. This is like a mirror, because this is her hand right here poking at it, and she's looking at herself, and it's shattering. They did something similar with Farina. They did that in her character teaser, I think. Yeah, and such a cool effect. It's so cool, and it kind of gives you an idea of this like weird space that she's in general, right? Oh, look at her eyes. You're from Conria, aren't you? I was just supposed to know that, huh? They showed a... Oh, wait, no, you're not. Your eyes are different. You're not from Conria. Are you? No, they're not diamonds. They're not diamonds. They're almost like these weird teardrop things. They're close. Did they change? I need to look at your eyes when you are just a child. Not the child that you know, but like an actual when you're younger. Yeah, I have to. There's got to be. Are they the same? Do we ever get a good close up of her eyes here? Your eyes are normal. Are pretty normal. And then an eye here. Okay. So, yeah, the change in her eyes definitely happened when she spent her time in the abyss, whatever that is. Did I see that before? Hold up. Oh, yeah, I did. It's the guy. All right. Yeah, I saw that before. I thought that was something else. And I was losing my mind. Okay. You know what's... Look at this shot. This looks awfully familiar. I almost wanted to say it looks like that shot where you see the siblings, Lumine and Ether, kind of standing next to each other. Isn't there an image like this? I know there's one where they're in a field of like white flowers, I think, but I thought there was another one that was similar to this where they're kind of standing side by side with the light between them. Maybe I'm making that up. But if it is, that would be cool. That'd be a cool little thing. Anyway, guys, I have gushed about this. I didn't know what I was in for. I loved everything about it. I'm really glad that I reacted to this now. I went into this super tired. Like, man, I don't know if I have the energy to do this right now, but it's out and everyone's telling me like, oh, it's safe to look at, and man, I am so happy that I did. It wouldn't have mattered if I just saw it tomorrow, I guess, but or later today at this point in time, but still. And that's the thing, right? I said I was going to end this video a while ago. I'm doing that thing again. I am wrapping up. I am trying. But I just want to express that when I watch this stuff, I tell it like it is, right? That's kind of like the big thing that I do. I like to praise things when I think it needs to be praised, and I will nitpick or even I'll nitpick at the things that I do like too, but I'll also tear other things down when I feel like they don't stand up to par to like what's expected or what should be happening, given all the time and resources that these people have to work with, and their manpower and all that stuff, their funds, all that jazz. I am not disappointed in this at all. I am very happy about this, and I watched Dahlia's trailer earlier, and I thought that was even good, right? It's nowhere near as good as this, but it was good for a 4-star trailer. I think they're improving. But now I'm going to be judging 5-star trailers a lot more. Like, I feel like I'm going to get a little nitpicky now because of how outstanding this was. And I know Skirk's like an important character, so of course they're going to go all out. But like, I don't know how they plan on continuing. Obviously they're going to, but like, how do you top this? How do you do that? I'm just being silly at this point. Of course they can. You can continue to improve, and not everything is going to have the same vibe, the same feel to it. So it'll be different, but just everything about this one I love so much, and I keep repeating myself, so I just have to end the video now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please share your thoughts and feelings about this character trailer in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video and hearing me ramble and lose my mind, then by all means leave a like so I know that you enjoyed it, and check out the description for additional ways of how to support me, because every little bit counts. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of people who watch these that don't subscribe, and if you do subscribe, it just helps. It just makes me feel good and motivates me to continue doing more of this kind of stuff. So thank you very much for taking the time to do that. I appreciate it. And that's it. So until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.